What's up, y'all? It's your boy Deli Del, so go ahead and ring that bell. Subscribe to me so you can react to what I see. So today I'm going to be reacting to another video by What Culture Wrestling. It's 10 WWE wrestlers who never tapped out. I think this will be really interesting, honestly, because I remember there were a couple wrestlers that I thought never tapped out, and then I found out that they did, like John Cena and Undertaker. So I think it'll be, especially with those names of people who have tapped out, including Brock Lesnar, so I feel like this should be a pretty elite list. It should be, but we'll see. Usually their lists are they be pretty lit, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it though. We're gonna go ahead and count. I'm gonna do the countdown from now on so that it can kind of help me with syncing up the audio, as y'all may have noticed in a few of the videos before. I'm still working on that. I'm still getting better at that, so I'm start doing a countdown before I start watching the actual videos, just so it's a little bit easier to sync it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. 3, 2, 1.
There's just something about submissions in wrestling, isn't there? As anyone who sat in an indie crowd and chanted, "You tapped out," will tell you, it's just a much bigger deal than getting pinned.
Yes.
It happens to them all. Eventually, even John Cena, the very embodiment.
It is different because you're giving up.
You're
making the active decision to give up. That's why Stone Cold's pass out victory was, loss was so respected, because it was like, no. You said, fuck what my body is talking about. I'm not tapping out. I don't give a fuck.
Submitting to another wrestler. Not even once. My name is Adam Cleary, and these are 10
that's all
wrestlers
different
who have never, ever tapped out. Oh, and before we start, there's no Undertaker in this video. I know technically he's never tapped out, but he has been screwed into submitting more than once, so we're leaving him out. Number 10, Goldberg. You can almost count on one hand the amount of times Goldberg has been beaten in WWE full stop, so it's hardly surprising that none of those were a submission. He's been eliminated from a Royal Rumble, which obviously counts as a big fat L, but all one of his defeats in the company have come as a result of some shenanigans. Only Brock Lesnar can claim to have a clean pinfall victory over him. He's about as far away as it is possible to get from having tapped out. He's just too mean. Number 9, Andre the Giant. While the Big Show and the Great Khali were forced to tap out in matches simply because their opponent could not get them over their head, the same can surprisingly not be said for Andre the Giant. Despite losing a fairly hefty 28% of his matches in WWE, which when you think about it is really surprisingly high given what a monster he was painted at, not a single one of those came as the result of a submission.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
Because most of his defeats came against the babyface trio of Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and Randy Savage, none of which really were into holds. They just kind of jumped on their opponents. Samoa Joe. Yeah, I mean, just look.
Yeah, I mean, he's the submission machine.
So goddamn threshing machine, and he was still.
Also, Kurt Angle should be on this list. I'll be shocked if Kurt Angle is not on this list, because I can't think of him tapping out to anybody.
The tap out, not the guy who does the tap out. In his 2 years with the company, he submitted Jericho, Rollins, Balor, Sami Zayn, and I guess Paul Heyman. He was even that close to doing Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, he was. He was close as fuck, yes.
You never get any of that, do you, with Samoa Joe? You just kind of get, everybody goes limp and passes out. I can't see anybody returning the favor anytime soon. Number 7, the Ultimate Warrior. If you want to talk about wrestlers being protected, there are few who have been so favorably booked in their careers as Ultimate Warrior, winning something like 90% of all his matches and even getting a clean win over Hogan at WrestleMania. His career was short, yes, but in it he never once suffered the humiliation of a submission. To be fair, there wasn't really anybody around him at the time who was doing them on the regs. Maybe Flair, I don't know, but still, it never happened. Number 6, Braun Strowman. Yes, I hope you're all sitting down for this one. Braun Strowman, all 87 foot of him, has never once tapped out in a WWE ring. Just like Goldberg, the guy's barely been beaten full stop, so the chances of him submitting are remote. I mean, can you imagine someone like Daniel Bryan trying to put him in the yes lock? You just stand up with him attached, or Styles trying to do the calf crusher. That would truly be more painful.
He said he would just stand up with him being attached.
What else is there? Who else does a submission regularly? The bank statement. Number 5, Umaga. Makes sense really, as Umaga was pitched as this crazed monster, so why on earth would he have had a normal human pain threshold? Plus, the guy was absolutely massive and just used to power out of most holds anyway.
Did he?
Odd, though, as I was saying before with the Big Show.
Did he tap out in his former gimmick though?
His size normally have to
Rosie
do a
or Jamal, I
every
forget
now and
which
then,
one he was,
purely because their opponent might not be able to hit their finisher on them. Still, never happened for the big lad. Number 4, Roman Reigns. Of course he hasn't. Number 3, Kevin Nash. Again, Nash is massive, so it never really makes sense from a booking perspective to have him tap out. But he did have that great run as a really smarmy heel and a few bigger pops in wrestling than to get one of those to submit. Still though, never happened. He had, count them, 3 spells in the company, none of which featured a submission defeat. His first run, to be fair, barely featured a defeat full stop. His second run barely featured a feud full stop. And his third was one of the most tragic things I've seen outside of Wilborn's bedroom. Top bit of trivia for you though, he has tapped out twice in his career, and once was against none other than Samoa Joe during their time together in TNA. The more you know. Number 2, AJ Styles. With hindsight, it seems a bit silly now to think that we were all sat there 2 years ago worrying that if AJ signed with WWE, Vince might not know how to use him right. Not only has he captured the WWE Championship twice, scoring clean victories over John Cena along the way, but he's never once been forced to tap out. Not a monster heel, not an indestructible force of nature, not overly well protected, just never ever tapped out. That's even more extraordinary when you consider who his initial feuds in the company were against. When he was first getting started, they put him against Cena and Jericho, 2 of the company's, I wouldn't say submission experts, but certainly 2 people who have a hold in their locker. And still, his defeats all came via pinfall. Number 1, Roddy Piper. Yep, real life, brush your teeth, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, go to bed, don't wake me, and your mother superhero Hulk Hogan has lost a match via submission. But Roddy Piper, one of the most despised heels in the company's history, never ever has. I love that. Now that's maybe understandable as Hogan went back in 2002 during an era of technical wizards and ended up in a feud with Angle where getting him to submit was part of the story, but nonetheless, not Piper's fault he was wrestling in the 80s. He might have lost to Hogan virtually every single time they stepped foot in the ring together, but he will forever have this feat over him. That is beautiful. So there you go, 10 really scary bastards who have never ever tapped out in a WWE ring. If you can think of any more, shout them out in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, my name has been Adam Cleary, and I'll see you soon.
Well done you for getting to the end of that. Don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel down here, check out more content like it over here, or watch some of our other channels, the sort of red-headed stepchilds of What Culture, right over here. Hang on, red-headed stepchilds?
Yeah, so that was a good list. I mean, if I have to be honest, there wasn't really that much that was, shocking about it. There was nobody was like, oh, really? He's never tapped out? It was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I figured that. But still, facts are facts. So, that is what it is. But let me know what y'all thought about this video. Make sure you leave wait, it's blurring. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Make certain you leave a comment down below. Like, comment, ooh. I've been watching too much DMB-ENT. I can't say that. I can. They don't copyright it or anything, but anyway, make certain you leave a like on this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you go ahead and share this video. And always, don't forget, it's Deli Del, so go ahead and ring that bell. Subscribe to me so you can react to what I see. Peace.
Kenny on the fucking beat.